What up, guys? So I've been meaning to get to this topic for quite a bit since we saw a photo of David Cornsweet as Clark Kent in the upcoming Superman movie. And people, like, hate the look. They really hate the look. And then there's some other people on the other end that defend it for the simple fact that he looks nothing like Superman, and he's not supposed to when this is his secret identity. And I'm gonna have to call out some of you people who are heavily criticizing it, just the particular ones, the ones who also criticize that the disguise itself, for many years, for decades, is stupid. Like, I can tell it's the same guy. I mean, he just combed his hair differently and wears glasses. I mean, I can still tell it's him. And then yet, our best reporter, Lois Lane, can't tell the difference. Like, oh, like, she's not really that wise, is she? Lex Luthor, the greatest, smartest criminal of all time. He couldn't pick up on that? Yeah, right. You need to work hard on that, on that label, buddy. And yet, that same group of people, now that we see a Clark Kent who looks nothing like Superman, where you would not guess that he's Superman, now they're like, oh, it looks too different. What the fuck? He looks way too different. Like, also, are you taking back what you said about the disguise before? I mean, some of you, and these are the same people who criticize Superman for being the Boy Scout, like, oh, goody two shoes, whatever, so boring, blah, 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 blah. And then when Man of Steel came out, and then they kind of drifted away from that, and yet they're like, oh, a sad, mopey superhero, blah, 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 especially in Batman v Superman, we're like, oh, he's sad and mopey. Pathetic. Like, like, it's just insane. Now with me, why it doesn't really bother me to the magnitude that it's bothering everybody else is because it's all part of the disguise. Now, if he looked that way as Superman, then I'd have a serious problem. I'd probably be flipping out. I'd be flipping the fuck out. But, he's not supposed to look anything like Superman, so I may not be overly fond of the look, but I'm starting to warm up to it for the simple fact that it's believable. Where you can look at this guy in that disguise, and you're not gonna think, is that Superman? I think that's Superman. You're not gonna think that, like, by looking at the guy. I mean, they could touch up his hair a little bit better, like. It may look better, like in the movie. You never know. And maybe in that photo it wasn't the best look of him, but we just have to see. But Clark having a little bit of messy hair, like, it's not uncommon. I mean, they did that in some comics, and they did that in, like, an All-Star Superman, but it looked more subtle. In My Adventures with Superman, same thing. A bit more subtle. But, I guess it looks better in animation to some people. I guess that's why they're not like, oh, what the fuck? And and people who criticize that look are giving Robert Pattinson a pass for the emo look and for hardly acting different when he's Bruce Wayne, when he should be, like, not letting people suspect that he's Batman or whatever. But yet I don't know. That's another topic for another video. But yeah, the more I look at the disguise of Clark Kent in this movie, like, it makes sense, like, where they really were thinking, like, how can we make this disguise work to where you would not think that, him and Superman are the same person. Like, how can we sell that to also the moviegoers and then make it believable to the characters who don't know that he's Superman? Like, how can that be believable? And this, say what you want. You can't say it's not believable. You can't say it. You just can't. That's where I sit on it. I'm warming up to it. I'm not saying, oh, like, it's probably the more creative way since Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, all he had to do was really change his posture and change the tone of his voice, and then any kind of acts, his personality is much different. The only thing that's the same is the height and that he's a nice guy. Those are the only two same qualities that he kept the same with Clark Kent and Superman. That's it. Everything else drastically different. Drastically. Like if you see in the first movie where just by taking off the glasses and changing his posture, and he's sitting right up, and then he puts the glasses back on and he slouches back down, and then you can hear the difference. And I feel like David Cornsweet is going the extra mile in that. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, like, the idea on paper, like, and seeing that, just the more you let it sink in, you're like, well, it's believable. Like, where I can understand why no one would think that he's Superman. I don't know. Where do you sit on that? I mean, do you agree with me, or do you feel like, no, they should just ban this look altogether? Just keep it the same. I don't care if it's not realistic. I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Share your thoughts. Where do you sit on that? And if you think it's stupid, I mean, I understand, but it's a disguise. I mean, like, but yep, that's all I gotta say. So if you like this video, make sure you thumb it up, click subscribe, and share it. Click the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So until then, take care.